Okay, someone haywire. I learned last April that all the blame that I've put on Chaz for 10 years, blaming him for my happiness, blaming him for my self-esteem, that none of it was his fault. This realization washed over me, and I can't even explain it, but it was seriously instantaneous, like going from my head to my toe, and all of a sudden I just like, oh my gosh, it's all me. Chaz has nothing to do with it. I've chosen to be unhappy. I've chosen to be focused on external things, and for that to rob me of confidence and happiness. I made that decision, and it's been a concept that I have, like, I realized that completely about my marriage, but then the full life whatever concept has been a slow progression until like currently, that I finally, like, I get it, and I kind of feel sad for everybody that doesn't, because we have full control over the way we feel. It's so hard to grasp. Like, the idea is just like, how, like, somebody did something and it made me sad. So, you know, my husband cheated on me, my girlfriends talked shit, I don't know. But yeah, it's a sad thing, and you can recognize that a sad thing happened, and you can even allow yourself to feel sad. Actually, it's important to recognize an emotion that comes, because if you don't, it just stuffs and then comes up later. So you have to be aware. There's a thought coming in your mind, something bad happened, you have these thoughts, you get out of your mind and you watch your thoughts, and you feel the emotion that it's creating, and you recognize it, and you move on. You don't have to sit in that place. I went through something recently, something stupid. It's that stupid bag that I threw away, and it messed me up. And I let myself get in my thoughts way bad, and I created bad thoughts, and it went over and down, but I realized quickly that I'm not being rational. I am mind reading. These are not true thoughts, and I don't want to live in that space. But I had to process it. I had to, recognize the thoughts I was having, wrote them on paper. I acknowledged, I could see what was rational, what was irrational, what was causing me to feel a certain way. I recognized that, I processed it, and I moved on. And it's not screwing with me now. I could let it still, well, like, not necessarily that, but the thoughts that followed. I'm sorry, this camera's shaking, oh my gosh. It's an amazing knowledge, I don't know, but it's changed my life. People can't hurt me. I mean, people can do hurtful things. There can be sad things, but I don't have to live there. And I can move on, and I don't have to let it bring me down to the point of complete hopelessness and sadness and depression. I don't have to go there. I wish like others could understand. I wish Chaz could understand, because he's living in a space of past thoughts. which it's not like it's easy. You create these pathways in your brain, and that's naturally what's going to happen. But I think, honestly, if you can grasp this, it's almost like I instantly created a new groove. I'm not going to say that, every moment of every time I'm just happy because I choose to be. But I'm becoming more and more aware of it, where I can recognize it's there, I can step out, and I can bring myself back in to the emotion I want to feel. And over time, our brain's a muscle, and muscles have muscle memory, and so the more you do it time and time again, eventually you don't have to redirect. Eventually those things will naturally go the way that you wanted it to go. I'm grateful that I've learned that, and I owe that a lot to Maple Mountain, to books that I have read. It's taught me things, and now that I've realized, I've realized a lot towards with that relating to relationships, and like how I react to others. But now my journey is understanding those thoughts and how I'm going to react with myself and my eating disorder, because it's all the same. I've learned how to react with others, but I still struggle with the reaction of the thoughts and emotions that my mind's making about myself. So that's my journey. That's going to be what I have to completely focus on so that I can move on, that I can be happy. I mean, that's bad. No, that I can choose happiness and peace and not have this demon trying to bring me down.